I'm Jason Benson from Benson Farms. I started this channel a while back, and it was really just a place to have videos and be able to link to different things for just advertising and kind of social media for the farm. My wife and I have got a couple hundred acres. We're here in North Alabama, and we raise some Black Angus cattle, and we produce beef. That's our primary reason for having the farm. But a friend of mine recently tried to convince me that I should have more YouTube content for folks out there who might be interested in farmsteading, homesteading, I guess. And that's a little bit of a different idea to me, because we're not ranchers. This isn't 5,000 or 20,000 acres in Texas or Colorado. We're not the Yellowstone, right? We've got a couple hundred acres, and we're also not crop farmers. So we both grew up here. This is a fourth generation working farm, but in the grand scheme of things, it's relatively small. I'm not a cowboy. I don't own a horse. And so I just really didn't think there was a whole lot of interesting things to create video content that people would be interested in watching. So as I talked to my friend, one of the things I realized, I guess, that he made me realize, is that our day-to-day life is just a lot different than someone who might have grown up in a city who's never experienced farm life, and that there are people out there who would have interest in just seeing how different some folks in America might live. And he kind of made some suggestions of things that people might be interested in. And I know that in the past I've put up pictures or posted some videos of the birds, and that's something that people seem to be interested in. So he suggested that I kind of introduce y'all to the birds, and that's what we're going to do this morning. You can kind of hear them carrying on back behind me there in the coop. I'll admit that time got away from me a little bit today, and it's a little bit later. I would have normally had them out by now, and of course it gets hot, so they're getting a little fussy. So we'll go and kind of take a look at everybody, introduce you to them, and we'll get them out and free range them before they get big mad. Now, as we head over here toward the coop, one thing you might notice is that there's a few things going on here that seem to be in a unfinished state, and that's because we had some really big floods here last year, kind of some flash flooding. And even though you can kind of see here the yard is on a pretty good slope, and we do live on a mountain, I've told people there was enough water coming through here at one point that you could just about float a kayak, and so it damaged the coop. And I had the big plan that I was going to come out here and I was going to elevate the coop. I was going to build an elevated coop, and I'm still going to do that one day when I finish. So, but I kind of got it to the point of good enough, and then I was on to the next fire that needed to be put out. So my wife says that that's one of my flaws: too many projects. So this is something that I hope to be coming back and finishing up this fall. But you can kind of see in here we've got hens, and we've got one rooster, actually 9 hens, 1 rooster, and we've got 4 guinea fowl. And I'll kind of show those to you. All right, let's start with this guy here. That's Hey Hey. Hey Hey is a black copper Moran's rooster. And this little hen standing beside him here, she's a Rhode Island Red. We've got a couple of buff Orpingtons. And here under the water bucket is a black copper Moran's hen. Then beside her, there are either Dominique or Barred Rock hens. Honestly, can't tell them apart. At one time, we had 2 of each, but now there are only 3, and I don't know which are which. You can see that We don't have any particular breed. You know, sometimes we would just go to the farm store and we just get a couple of whatever they have. Now, this talkative thing back here is actually an African guinea fowl, and I have 4 of those, and they come in every night and they roost with the chickens. So we'll turn all these guys loose and let them get about their day. Come on, everybody. You can also see that the chicken coop here is set kind of in our little area of bamboo forest. Does a good job of breaking the wind and giving the chickens some shade, and it keeps them a little warmer in the winter and helps keep them a little cool in the summer, a little cooler in the summer. But yeah, so that's all the birds, and you can see here that they're getting out and going about their day, and they'll just kind of spread out. The guinea they'll actually travel a lot farther, and guinea can fly, unlike chickens. They're actually capable of long flights. But they come back every night. And the other great thing about the guineas that I particularly liked is that they make really good guard birds. So you know, if they're out and about, well, you know, nobody's going to sneak up on you. If a stranger shows up, they're going to alert you. They're going to start making a lot of racket. But then also, they're really good about keeping an eye out for predators. So that could be hawks or eagles flying around. They'll alert to those. But then also, if there's, you know, any kind of fox, coyote, you know, a dog they're not familiar with, then they'll alert and kind of watch over the chickens, and helps keep everybody a little safer. The guardian dogs have actually gotten now where when the guineas start to alert, the guardian dogs will come and check it out to see what the commotion's all about. So that's good. And I guess, you know, the last thing we might take a look at here is our laying boxes. So we've got these boxes here on the back of the coop, and this is where the chickens can come and lay. Needs to be cleaned out. This area back behind us here is where the chickens actually roost at night, so they do tend to collect a pretty good bit of chicken poop pretty quick. Have to keep those cleaned out. But I'll show you something that is pretty interesting here. So you can see here that we've got some eggs this morning, and most of these are chicken eggs, but because I raised the guineas with the chickens, and you know, the guineas come and roost every night with the chickens, the guineas also lay with the chickens. So not only do we get the chicken eggs, but we also get the eggs from the guinea fowl, and these are guinea fowl eggs right here. So they're a little bit smaller than the chicken's eggs, and you know, kind of almost like a tear shaped. Now, as far as guinea eggs go, you know, in terms of you know, the look or the taste or, you know, any kind of characteristics of the guinea's eggs, there's really no difference between those and the chickens. Once they're all cracked and in a bowl, you really can't tell a difference. So when we collect the eggs, we just collect all the eggs together. We put them all up together and we use them all together. You know, the guinea eggs just tend to be a little smaller. So if something calls for a large egg, maybe use a couple of the guinea's eggs. But that's kind of that. And you know, I guess if you enjoy this video, tell me what you'd like to see more of. Certainly, you know, we'd love it if you subscribe, follow us, hit the like button. You know, everything's always about the algorithm, so we want to get more people out there who might be interested to see our videos. So you know, just leave me a comment, and tell me other things around the farm that you might like to see, or any kind of farm life information or, you know, day-to-day stuff that that you might like to see a video on. And I guess we'll get these chickens a little treat since they're hanging around my feet here. My wife laughs because anytime I'm out in the yard, they're always right with me. They follow me around like a dog. Of course, it's because I think they're always hoping that I'll get them a treat anytime I'm out and about. So we'll go over and get them a little treat and give them something so we don't disappoint them. Well, they're really on me now. They know I've got treats. So when they see me coming out with this corn, they'll come up and eat out of my hand. Like a bunch of little velociraptors. Even the guineas are coming in for that.